Hey everyone, welcome to the first video in a brand new series that I'm putting together called the Vegan Truth Project. Now, the idea behind these videos is basically all the facts that we would speak to people about, I want to be able to verify. I want to make sure that everything that we're saying is 100% correct. We're not steering away from the truth, so that our arguments are as strong as humanly possible. And what I'm going to try and do is basically find industry links to back up everything that we talk about, so then no one can argue it. So it's not vegans saying things, it's actually the industry saying these things happen. So episode 1 is going to be based around chicks. Now, one of the things that we commonly say is about day-old baby chicks will be gassed or thrown into a macerator because they are male and they don't lay eggs. So this video will just be verifying that fact, so basically everyone can see that this is 100% legitimate and it happens, and we can just learn a little bit more about it. So you can see what I've got up here on the screen at the moment. This is actually the Humane Slaughter Association website, and I've actually found PDFs on the different ways that they kill chicks. So let's take a look at what we've got here. So okay, let's read it through. So read the summary. So every year, millions of chicks are dispatched in hatcheries because they are sickly, deformed, or males, unwanted for the production of eggs. Whilst the disposal of day-old chicks is a sensitive issue, which many people prefer not to acknowledge, hatcheries are faced with the responsibility of making sure that each chick is disposed of in a humane way. So we can see there already that it verifies the male chicks, it verifies day-old, and obviously that chicks are being killed. Okay, so let's have a look at the background bit for a second. The development of the poultry industry has led to birds being genetically selected for different purposes, either egg or meat production. Laying hens are bred to produce as many eggs as possible, with a minimal amount of weight gain. Only females can be used in the laying industry, and it is not economically viable to keep the males of laying strains for meat production. As a result, over 40 million day-old chicks are killed each year in hatcheries because they are male, unwanted for the production of eggs, or because they are sickly or deformed. Now remember that the website we're looking at the moment is the Humane Slaughter Association. Links to anything that I do show on the video will be down below. So here we can see it. This verifies that chicks that are male in the egg industry are killed at a day old. 3 methods are legally permitted, methods for killing chicks, and these are exposure to gas mixtures, gassing, instantaneous mechanical destruction, which is basically maceration, and dislocation of the neck, which is only recommended by the Humane Slaughter Association for use in an emergency. As you can see, if you scroll further down, you can see all the details about the different types of gas mixtures and all that kind of stuff. So there you go, the Humane Slaughter Association website there, confirming chicks day old are gassed if they are male in the egg industry. So let's take a look at the other type, which is the mechanical destruction. So we can see in the summary here, it says here, UK legislation permits surplus chicks to be killed by mechanical apparatus, which causes immediate death. So let's take a look at the options available for the mechanical destruction. There are 2 main designs of IMD commonly used in the UK, the roller type and the knife type. The roller type will either have 1 roller that rotates against a solid side or 2 interlocking rollers. The rollers have solid projections that run along their length and rotate rapidly. This type of IMD causes all chicks to be killed immediately in the narrow restricted gap between the projections. The knife type design has rapidly rotating blades, which efficiently shred the chicks. The blade in this design, although not necessarily sharp, must successfully fragment the chicks, resulting in immediate death. And it says, look at figure 1A and figure 2A, so let's have a look there. So we can see we've got the rollers here, where basically I'd imagine the chicks kind of fall in between these rollers. And then we have the knife, the kind of blades here. The other thing to realise is these are actually classed as humane by the RSPCA as well. So as you can see here, we have the RSPCA welfare standards for hatcheries paper here. And if we scroll down to, I believe it's section 10, if we have a quick read through this, we can see this also verifies it as well. So birds awaiting culling killing must be treated humanely. No bird must be left longer for 15 minutes before being culled, killed from the time of removal from the hatcher. Permitted methods of culling include, here we go, instantaneous mechanical destruction, maceration, exposure to a maximum 2% oxygen by volume and 90% argon or other inert gas by volume in atmospheric air, which is the gassing, exposure to a maximum of 30% carbon dioxide by volume and a minimum of 60% argon or other inert gas by volume in atmospheric air with no more than 2% residual oxygen. And you can also see here, if you go to section 1.4, where a bird should be culled immediately, e.g. when suffering would be prolonged. If left until disposed of by the normal method, it must be killed by dislocation of the neck using a procedure that ensures severance of all the major blood vessels and spinal cord, and then placed in the macerator immediately. I've also done plenty of searching to try and find footage of this happening in the UK, and the most recent I can find is from 2010. So I'm going to show a clip now, so if it's something you don't particularly want to see, you might want to look away until I come back.
So this is the gas chamber? Right. And they come outstairs, and then you pack the reptiles. These ones have been DD?
They've been lots of iPhones on this way.
So this is the disposal. The cheapest way of disposal, or is it the most humane way? Or
most humane way. As well.
So there you have it, solid confirmation here from the Humane Slaughter Association and the RSPCA of baby chicks, day old, gassing and mechanical destruction. So as I said before, all the links will be in the description below if you want to have a proper read through of the PDFs. If you know of any other evidence to back up these claims, please leave stuff in the description, and obviously I'll do updates on each video as we find out more. Basically, this is something I want everyone to get involved in, so if there's any kind of fact that you're not sure of, put it in the comments and maybe I can make the next video about it. In the end, what I want is to basically build a whole library of true facts that we can all reference, that can't be argued, all linked to industry, so that we're being the most effective activists that we possibly can. So thanks very much for watching. This has been episode 1. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up because it helps it get searched as well, which is always good. And yeah, well, I'll see you next time for another Vegan Truth Project video. So yeah, thanks very much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you again soon.